Hello my friends and welcome back. Thank you very much for being with me again today. You know, the Americans have this saying, among others, if it looks like a duck, if it talks like a duck, and if it walks like a duck, then it is a duck. The problem is we don't have the evidence, but we have only parts. But eventually we're going to have the evidence to make certain claims. I think some of us might have in their guts a feeling that we don't have the clear evidence that NATO countries are actively helping Ukrainians against Ukrainians' effort against the Russians, and how actively they are involved, we're going to find out with time. Now I have this article here that shows us that, that talks like a duck. All right, so that's part of the information that these guys provide us. They tell us, this article, and this was revealed by some hackers, that there's NATO officers involved in Ukrainian effort against Russia. And I'm going to explain to you, I will read this article to you and let you know where exactly that occurs. This article comes from Sputnik. It is from today, the 29th of December 2022. RaHDit Hackers, that's R-A-H-D-I-T, so it's RaHDit Hackers unveil data on over 100 NATO officers fighting against Russia in cyberspace. So you have there a big fight between the IT guys that, are actively involved in doing hanky-panky. Over 100 NATO officers. So, Russian hacker group RaHDit, I don't know if pronounced like that, most likely no, but that's how I will read it, has published information on its website Nemezida, Nemezida, on over 100 NATO officers fighting against Russia in the cyber domain, a group's member told Sputnik on Thursday on condition of anonymity. When I hear that word, anonymity, that means I don't trust shit. But for the sake of mentioning it, I will mention it, and I will not give it a, walks or talks like a duck. But probably we're going to find and have the evidence, but they say they have the evidence. Publish it, let's see. And I'm quoting, "It is the NATO centers that are really behind the cyber attacks, while employees of Ukrainian security forces and community activists act only as a cover." Now obviously these guys being hackers, you can't really tell your identity. I got that one. But isn't this a way to do like, for instance, FBI does all the time, or CIA? Hey, he's guilty. He's a traitor. Well, can you, sir, officer, can you present the evidence? No, because it's top secret, and I can't do that. But you have to believe me. So that's kind of like this. The hacker cannot reveal his identity, since he's going to be, hello, I'm coming. You know what I mean? Shackled. Now, the full list is published on Nemezida website in the, and I'm quoting, foreign accomplices and mercenaries, end quote, subsection. Uncovered specialists are designated as NATO cyber troops, end quote. He added that Ukrainian hacker group IT Army of Ukraine and Save UA, and I'm quoting, have to create the appearance that Ukrainians are doing it themselves, end quote. But NATO has a, and I'm quoting, people behind their backs who show them what they should be doing, who guide them, and they often themselves engage in active activities in cyberspace, end quote. Very murky here, very fishy, let's put it this way. The hacker said that there is a war against Russia going on right now in the cyber domain. I totally agree with that one, but, and I'm quoting, "As for now, it is not Ukraine that is fighting against us in cyberspace, but all NATO countries." I think a lot of them are. They have been training Ukrainian specialists for a long time, and they have been established cyber centers in the Baltic and Poland. Ukrainians came to these cyber centers to learn. Now they are being coordinated and managed from these cyber centers, end quote, he says. It's very strange because this coincides with what the Russians have been saying. Lavrov has been saying exactly the same thing, so you know how it is. On Wednesday, RaHDit published information on more than 70 Ukrainian soldiers and officers responsible for cyber defense and hacking operations. Also published a list with thousands of Ukrainian hackers from two groups, IT Army of Ukraine and Save UA, earlier this week. In July, RaHDit Hackers published information on thousands of officers of the main intelligence directorate of the Ukrainian Military of Defense. I know that one. The data contains information on about 2,500 people, including Russian citizens, collaborating with Ukraine's military intelligence, which was... where is that? I lost it. Which was handed over to the authorities. All right. So, this is what these guys are trying to say, that the two groups are doing that. And they have the backers, not Boris Becker, but backers, the guy that back you up, behind them, obviously, because they're backing. And I have a gut feeling that this is so without them telling me this. So it's not that I'm trying to, oh my God, it's a certainty. I don't say that, but I would not be surprised whatsoever if that is accurate. And why not, after all? I mean, some NATO country members have been involved up to their neck in all this. What's this? Why would you say that this really matters? I mean, I think it's a known fact among people. And always the problem is, or the question is, so what? What are you going to do about it? You're going to fight these guys and that's it. I mean, you just want to build a little bit of, public support and change some opinions here and there or shape them, which you'll do because you always have the strata of the society that would fall for it. But I think it's, how should I put it? I put it nicely. I have no doubt that something like this occurs. It's just logical, and I mean, these guys provide information from the satellites to the Ukrainians where to shoot, what to shoot, but they are not involved in cyber attacks and all that, cyberspace attacks and activities. Hard to believe. Anyway, we'll see what's going on, and we're going to find out for sure if we have another Edward Snowden to come out and say, here is the drive, and you take all the information you have over there, all redacted, all this, all that, and then we maybe open our eyes a little bit more, or maybe we just get a confirmation. That's what's going to be, a confirmation, or maybe a denial, but I strongly doubt that. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth, and be just.